Welcome to episode 52 of the
52?
podcast. 52!
Is that how many cards are in a deck?
Is it?
52 pickup.
Yeah, my dad, I was at a cabin once and my dad said, hey, you want to play 52 pickup? And I said, yeah, sure, Dad. And he threw all 52 cards on the ground and said 52 pickup. I was just so mad. And I was saying, like, Dad, you pick these up. He was like, no, you said you wanted to play. And he just walked out of the room. And I was like,
All you wanted to do was play with your dad, but he didn't care.
That's why I don't want to play with my dad anymore. And every time he's like, son, spend time with me. I'm like, Ted, remember that time you threw those cards on the ground and made me pick them up?
It ruined your relationship to this day. And we're going to get to the end of it. We're calling Dale right now.
Dad?
Hello, I'm Dale.
Dad, is that you?
It's me, Dale. I just wanted to say I'm sorry for playing 52 pickup with you, Matt.
Dad, that means so much.
Well, that was Dale. That was Dale's first time on the podcast,
It
actually.
was, and I'm glad that I could actually, sort things out with my father like that. Only 2 minutes into the podcast. That's incredible.
But we got some other stuff to sort out.
We do?
Yeah. Like, what games are we going to play? We're running out of games.
Shit, yeah, we are. We're going to play Mario, and we're going to play
One of them Kirby's.
Kirby.
Could do Donkey Kong Country 2.
I love to do Donkey Kong Country 2. Donkey Kong Country 2.
I
As
don't
long
think
as
of
you
other.
play.
Yeah.
I am not good at that game.
What
I'd
else?
like to do Link's Awakening.
Link's Awakening?
The Zelda
I've
game.
been wanting to do that for a while, but you never want to record it.
No, I'm ready now.
Are you?
Should we talk about the should we talk about the Pokemon tragedy?
Oh, yes, the Pokemon tragedy.
Yeah, guys. It's going to be, for those of you who have been enjoying our Pokemon Emerald series, it's going to, there's going to be a little hiatus, but it will be back.
But why will there be a hiatus, Matt?
Well, Ryan,
Because I was excited to edit the series. I was getting there. I already got probably around 12 episodes done. And I was going to head on to make even more. We were probably going to have around 15 episodes.
15 or 16
Yeah,
ready
15
to
or
go.
16 episodes.
I goofed, Ryan. I went in the computer and I accidentally deleted a little session of ours.
Don't throw the word accidentally in there.
It was an
To
accident. I
save
didn't
your
purposely
ass.
delete it.
You did purposely delete it. You don't accidentally delete
Yeah,
something.
but when you say purposely, that means like I had the intent to delete the footage knowing that you didn't have it yet.
That's not what purposely meant. You did purposely delete it.
Aaron was standing over my shoulder asking me to delete stuff. And it had been like 10 days since we'd recorded that, so I thought you had already started editing it.
Aaron is intimidating. I have to give you that.
He is. But I don't, that's all my fault, guys. I deleted a little session of Pokemon. And the problem with that is like, oh, we can't just go back and re-record it because it's Pokemon. We leveled things up. We evolved things in
You
that
forgot the
session.
main thing that we actually did. We legitimately... See, I took time in between episodes for this next recording session. I probably took, an hour, a little over an hour probably, leveling up the Pokemon since we didn't have enough time to do it during the playthrough. We evolved 3 of our Pokemon.
In one session, yeah.
And we went
beat a
through...
gym, right?
Yeah, we beat a gym. And we made it to the next town.
Well,
And we got a bike.
so now, there's the only options left are we can either reset the game, try to get all the same Pokemon, name them the same thing, and get back to the same point, or possibly, I don't know, maybe people in the comments can help us out with this. Maybe there's a way we can use an emulator and get one of those like ROM hack things and just give ourselves the same Pokemon with the same names and continue from the last episode that's on YouTube.
The problem with that I've heard is that sometimes then the game could just fuck up at some point
But if
during
it
the
fucks up,
playthrough.
can we just make a new ROM with the Pokemon from when it fucked up? And it's just it's a cycle.
That would be a fun cycle. But we'd be playing on an emulator, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah, it'd be on the computer
Okay.
instead.
There
of
might
the,
be a way we can fix it so I don't have to go back and
Well, I'll go back
redo
and,
the
and
journey.
level up all the Pokemon and
I don't
shit.
trust you, Matt. You're going to delete the save file.
Yeah, I'm always doing that. But we're gonna figure out this Pokemon thing. We won't keep it from you too long. We're gonna figure out some way to get it back so we can continue our Pokemon playthrough.
Unless you guys absolutely hate the series, then
I think people like it. I like playing it, so I want to keep playing it.
you like watching
Yes.
me play it.
Yes.
You're taking credit for my playthroughs now?
No, I just said,
Matt,
like,
what's going on?
Let me take a sip of this tea. Hold on. I just brewed some tea. Let me take a sip. Let me just see how hot this is. It's real hot. Hold on. God, that's hot. Are you one of those people like I know people that they'll get a cup of coffee or something, and they'll be just billowing clouds of steam coming off it, and they can just take a big gulp like while it's that hot.
On the inside, they're hating themselves. But like on the outside, it's like, God damn, people just saw me take that gulp. It's like the same people who don't wait for their super hot food to cool down. Like they'll be like,
It's good this way. It's good this way.
it's like no, it's not. It burns your fucking tongue and mouth, and you can't taste shit.
How are you enjoying that?
Take that. Listen, guys, to eat hot food, you need to take your ego down a peg. That's a big part about eating hot food. Here's Matt and Ryan gonna teach you how to eat hot food.
Okay.
Number one, just take your ego down a peg.
Okay.
Number two, Matt.
Wait until the food cools off.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
And then put it in your mouth.
Number three. Stir that shit around. Create some fucking friction in that shit. Get some kinetic energy working up in there so there's a release of energy.
Yeah, get some of that steam out of there, and just maybe, hey, if you get a bowl of soup, it's too hot, you can always go. I used to do this. I'd open up the freezer. I'd stick my bowl of soup in the freezer for about 3-4 minutes. Pull it out. It's good to go.
Or if you're not at your home and you're at a restaurant, what you can do is if they do have flavorings that you can add to make your soup stronger or your broth stronger, what you can do is take ice from your water.
Yes.
Put that in the soup. Put just do like a ice cube at a time to see how it cools down.
You don't want to water it down too much.
If you cool it down and water it down too much, it's a bad idea. But I think 1 ice cube to 2 should be enough.
Yeah, and then you
don't
can
want
just
that.
add more flavoring to bring it. I mean, it's like you have more soup than when you first started.
Exactly. And when you're not... See, it's important to eat warm soup.
Yeah, it's got to be warm.
It's got to be warm, but not...
I'd even say hot. It's good to eat hot soup, but not burning hot soup.
Exactly.
You don't want to cause pain in your mouth.
So there you go. To all those people wondering, why am I not enjoying eating this
really hot food
beverage? Then that's why.
Yeah, but I know people who can just take sips of stuff when it's like boiling hot. I gotta wait for my coffee to cool down a good 10-15 minutes sometimes, and it's still a little hot. This tea, I'm not gonna be able to take a good sip of this tea till probably 10 minutes more into this podcast.
Really?
I mean, there's still steam coming
Well, you do
off
have those baby teeth.
I have all my baby teeth still.
I had a fun little occurrence recently, Matt.
What was your occurrence?
I was walking Lego.
Okay.
And I was going through the alleyway.
Okay.
Just like any other day. And I spotted push-ups next to his shopping cart.
Push-ups, my man. How's he been?
He's been good. He's been working out in other ways. Let me bring it back down to the alleyway.
Oh.
So as I was walking Lego, I kind of saw push-ups was moving erratically in a way that I didn't recognize
like
as
jumping
normal.
back and forth, or
no, it was like he was shaking back and forth. So as I get closer, I realize the cause of the shake was one arm moving.
Oh no!
Forward
no.
and backwards, very fast and violently.
Wait, was he jerking off?
He was masturbating in the alleyway.
Are you serious?
I am serious, and I felt bad because the thing is, I've talked to him, and I've had conversations, and we kind of know each other. Whenever he sees me, he waves, and we have a little back and forth.
Well, now when he waves, you're gonna view that hand differently.
But I'm walking up to him, and he's jerking off, and I'm at that distance where if I turn around.
Wait, his back is to you?
His back is to me.
So he's not looking at you.
No, he's not. He's not looking at me. He's not like our eyeballs aren't touching. His eyes aren't coming out like a cartoon character. Zany red, just. God damn!
Wait, what time of day was this? Was this daytime?
This was nighttime.
Okay, all right.
So we thought he was safe. I mean, honestly, I don't know where else he would masturbate.
Yeah.
Probably not in the middle of an alleyway standing up next to a shopping cart.
Yeah, I would think he might want to go somewhere a little more. I mean, I get it's nighttime, but maybe a little more private. Maybe like behind a building, maybe sit down and do it. Well, maybe he's one of those guys that can only JO standing up, so.
That is true. That is something that some people have. But at the same time, when I was coming up to him, I was at that distance where I just had to bite the bullet and keep walking.
Just pretend
pretend I didn't see him.
Play ignorant, yeah.
But when I walk past him in my periphery, I see him kind of jolt a little bit.
Oh, no.
That wasn't him coming, by the way. It might have been. I don't know. Yeah. He could have seen Lego's ass and just went, damn, fuck.
He got so lucky that day. He was waiting for a dog to walk by.
But he jolted, and then I kind of I turned back a little bit, and I saw him walking back, kind of looking around, ooh, ooh, doing that whole whistle thing.
Just whistling. Just...
yeah, nothing happened. And I saw him recently, but it took 2 whole days for him to show back up in the alleyway.
He just disappeared?
He just disappeared for 2 days. I'm guessing out of embarrassment.
Oh my god. I do feel bad for the man. He was masturbating in public, but I still feel a bit of compassion for him since
he doesn't have anywhere else to masturbate.
Yeah, he can't masturbate in private.
But here's the thing. There are better areas to masturbate in public. You know, right?
I can't defend the man too hard. He was that like
it was in the alleyway. It wasn't like off to the side in the alley. It wasn't like off in a little nook. It was on the leftmost side of the alleyway.
For masturbating in public, he could have been a little more private. Like I get that he doesn't have a private place to go masturbate, but he could have done it a little more privately.
Yes.
That alleyway can be busy even at nighttime. So,
in terms of other updates regarding the populace around our apartment, Ming, I saw, by the way, running around in the middle of the street.
Oh yes,
just screaming and yelling. Like I'm not talking about like when the light turns red and she has the crosswalk. She just takes her precious little time. I'm talking about lights are green.
Are you serious?
She's in the middle of the intersection, wailing around, casting her spells.
It looks like she's like casting fireball spells. I would expect fireballs to come out of her palms.
And so like I pass her doing this and I see a cop. And I see a cop like kind of, he's at a stoplight and he's about to go and I'm like, oh, he's about to take care of her. Then I look at him and then he's looking at me all surprised and I'm wondering, why is he looking at me all surprised? Then I see him hurriedly putting on his seatbelt and I'm like, wait a second. So a cop was just driving around without a seatbelt. We make eye contact. He gets scared. He's like, fuck. And I guess that distracted him enough to where he missed Ming entirely. So...
It's your fault, man. You saved his life, probably. He could have gotten into a car accident, and he wore his seatbelt now because of you.
How come weird things always happen in tandem?
I don't know.
Like did I even mention on the podcast? I think I did. Did I mention the story of the guy who said, you know, why Hitler did what he did?
No, you haven't talked about that one.
Did I? Oh, Jesus Christ.
And also for those who are like, how is all this so brand new news to Matt? They talk. I've been out of town. I just got back in town recently, so...
I texted him updates of my surprise every now and then, but I haven't really gotten to sit down with him. He hasn't
elaborated this to me, so this is all news to me.
So there's this guy in the alleyway. He usually rides a bike, and I've known him for a while. He's the guy with the conversation, I'm not even sure I told this one, where he said, hey, you're right by all of us, man. And I'm like, okay, awesome, thank you.
You're right by all these people.
Yeah, he's like, you're right by us, and I just want to let you know it's a good thing you know us. I'm like, haha, yeah. He's like, seriously, man, if anyone's giving you any problems, just come to me. I'm like, what? If anybody is giving you shit, you come to me, and we'll figure it out.
That's like, is that like maybe like he's gonna give him a swirly or he's gonna shoot him in the head?
I think he's gonna beat the shit out of them.
Yeah.
But the thing that makes that even more scary is about a week later, I come up to him again, and he's just sitting in the alley, and I'm walking past. He goes, "Hey, come here." So we get in a regular conversation, and he's like, he's talking about my facial hair, and he's like, "I can't grow facial hair. I can only grow like a reverse Hitler. Like he can grow hair anywhere but a mustache, essentially." He's like, "It's like a reverse Hitler, man." I'm like, haha, reverse Hitler, funny, haha. And that's legitimately what I said to him.
Exactly what you said.
Verbatim. But I thought it was, comical because whatever, he's funny joke. And then he goes, "Yeah, but I mean, you know why Hitler did what he did." And then the conversation took a sharp turn.
Just like the mood just...
I know, and I got really tense and butterflies. That's the way to describe it, right?
No, totally. You got these butterflies in your stomach.
Yeah, anxiety up the wazoo.
Little Nazi butterflies.
And so I'm like, okay, where's this conversation headed? Maybe it's not going where I think it's going. Because the thing is, I just shaved my head, and he commented on my shaved head.
Oh, yeah, you had just shaved your head.
Yeah. So maybe he thought he was comfortable bringing this stuff up.
Oh yeah, that might have presented the atmosphere he was waiting for.
So he asked me, as I said, so you know why Hitler did what he did, right? And I'm like, because crazy people do crazy things. He goes, yeah, but you know why he did what he did? And I'm like, I mean, yeah, you know. He goes, oh, I know why he did what he did. I'm like, okay. And he goes, okay, Hitler killed all the Jews in retaliation for them murdering Jesus Christ. And I was like, okay. He goes, And then he repeats it 3 times in a row, just slowly staring me down. He just goes, Hitler massacred. And he gets like kind of excited. He goes, massacred, just wiped out.
Like a little boyish glee in his eyes.
Yeah, just all of them for what they did to Jesus Christ. I'm like, okay. He's like, think about that.
I mean, Ryan, you crack open a history book, it says that.
But he just kept going, think about that. I'm like, okay. Well, I'm gonna head back now. He goes, okay, just think about it. And so I went upstairs and thought about it, and it makes a lot of sense. No, but like, it's just like, what's going on in the alleyway? Like, I feel like I've transported into like an Alice in Wonderland type scenario.
You've like become one of them. And the thing is, like, this all started out over a year ago with just Ming, right? It was just Ming. And before that, it was just an empty alleyway, a very nice, clean alleyway. Ming appears. She comes into existence somehow from another dimension. And then all of a sudden, it's like this portal has opened, and every now and then someone new crawls through the portal.
We got push-ups. We got bike. I'm just calling them bike or bikes.
I don't know his name.
I don't know. There's a bunch of people. There's a
bunch of new people.
There's Reese.
Reese?
From Malcolm in the Middle. It kind of looks like Reese, but with like long hippie hair and a beard.
It's more like Malcolm to me.
Okay,
like an older.
What should his name be? What should his name be?
Just call him Malcolm or Reese. Just call him Sitcom Boy.
Okay, we'll call him Sitcom. So we got Sitcom, Bikes, Push-Ups, and Ming.
Oh, that's a good crew.
It's just an eclectic group right there.
It's a wonderful group of people. You got the wacky bunch.
So those are all the updates for anyone who's interested in that sphere.
That sphere of social life. On a more important note, my tea has cooled significantly to where I can take
Mike's tea. Oh, your tea. My tea.
Ready?
Can I have a sip?
Of course. I do have strep throat. I don't know how contagious it is though.
All
right.
No, I'm heading home. It's better safe than not than sorry.
Well, let me actually elaborate on that strep throat. Let me elaborate on that strep throat thing. So, I've had some pain in my throat for the past like 2-3 months. You've heard me complaining about it like a little baby.
Yeah.
I have like a lump in my throat when I swallow. It feels like there's something there, and my voice has been rough, and like certain notes when I speak hurt. So I went to the doctor when I was back home, and they're like, well, we need to look at your throat. So I had to go in. You know what they had to do, Ryan? I had to sit in a chair, in a doctor's chair, and they had to take a really long, it looked like something you'd use to like fix the oil in a car.
Is this like did this feel like a horror movie?
It did.
Like an alien abduction scene?
I hated it. They have a very long like camera tube that they stick up my nose, and it goes down my throat while I'm awake, completely awake. I just have to sit there while...
Jesus. Oh, wait a second. Is it kind of like I get that same feeling. Do you remember in the dentist's office when they have to take that X-ray picture of your teeth and they stick that thing, like they stick the thing in your teeth and they stick the thing, like they put the like condom wrapper on top of the whatever it is and stick it down your throat. And it's like and like it's just almost hitting your uvula.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, but it's different just because it's going all the way up your nose, around and down your throat, and then he looks through a little camera and like looks, and he was telling me to make different sounds with my vocal cords, like to say different vowels.
What?
So I had to, I sat there perfectly still. My eyes are watering because it's like a response. But finally he pulls it out and he was like, "Yeah, your vocal cords are really burnt from acid reflux because my acid reflux has been so terrible."
Not from smoking all those cigars?
All those cigars. I did smoke a cigar while I was home.
Why?
Because my brother-in-law and my dad wanted to smoke one, so I smoked one with them.
They're so gross to me.
They're pretty gross.
Coming from the guy who smokes cigarettes. So
you're not actually inhaling it, but it's just my acid reflux has like gotten up into this area of my throat, which means it's burned my vocal cords, which is why it hurts to record. So I got Prilosec, which is awesome. I've been taking it. The moment I took that first pill, I've not had acid reflux once in my life. It's one of those things like I didn't realize how bad my acid reflux was until I started taking this medicine and like lived without acid reflux.
It's one of the rare circumstances where there legitimately is a magic pill to solve your problem.
It really did solve my problem.
Because with other medication, I feel like most of the time it works in the way of like, oh, I'm feeling better, but it does it slowly, so you don't know whether it's placebo or actually working. This is actually like a magic pill that's solving all your problems.
So guys, if you have acid reflux and it kills you real bad, go get Prilosec. I see why Larry the Cable Guy, why he's the spokesperson for this medicine, because it's fucking amazing. It's a beautiful little purple pill. And then at the same time, I also have strep throat somehow. I don't know how I have strep throat. They were like, oh, we tested your throat and you have some type of strep throat virus, not the regular type, but some other type you've had for a couple months. So here's some penicillin to get rid of that. So
I'm mad at you, Matt.
Wait, why are you mad?
I just realized it.
Why?
Because for like a week straight, you were saying we're gonna see Baby Driver. You know how many times I've seen it?
How many times have you seen Baby Driver?
I've seen it 3 times.
Seen it 3 times?
How many times have you seen it, Matt?
Seen it 0 times.
Exactly. Fucking watch that film. It's fun. Well, the thing is, I've seen it 3 times, not to be like, the first time I saw it with a group. Second time I saw it, I went to go see it by myself just to kind of get my feelings really grounded, because I was going to record a podcast with I did record a podcast with Barry and Chad. It's the 4th episode of the G Club. Go check that out if you want. And the third time I saw it, I went to go see it with Ding Dong and Julian.
Nice.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, so I really did want to see it, but it came out right before, it was that week I was about to go out of town for a week, so I was like under the gun to get a bunch of stuff done. And then when I was in Charleston, I just didn't get the chance to.
I really suggest you try to see it in theaters,
I want to.
Just because it's all about the music, and music just sounds better in the surround sound theater. So I mean, it's fun. I definitely recommend you should go see it.
You're going.
Dunkirk's coming out too.
Well, you're going out of town for 8 days, and I'm going to be all by myself and bored. So I'll probably take one of those nights to go see movies. And I will go see Baby Driver.
I'm gonna I think Dunkirk comes out this week. Does it?
I think so.
So I have to go see that, and I'm gonna go see War of the Planet of the Apes with my dad, because
you got to see monkey movies with your dad.
Yes, 100%. I've heard mixed reviews of War of the Planet of the Apes. You got a bunch of people saying it's good, and then you got other people saying like it's not as good as people are saying. But the thing is, the people who are saying that are, to me, known to be strict. It's YMS and Ralph the movie maker. They're known to not be contrarians, but they have a more strict line of view with movies, which is good. So I'm kind of happy they think that way. I haven't watched any of the reviews because I don't want anything spoiled, but I think the good part about having people like that in kind of like your line of sight is that your expectations aren't built up so much. Because now there's a little bit of, now hearing that their opinions are like that, and sometimes my opinion of movies kind of melds with theirs sometimes. It just, I don't have that expectation. And I think that's what kills movies a lot of the time for me, is expectations, just because it's hard for me not to get excited about a film that I'm really hoping will be good, like Baby Driver. Yeah. When I saw Baby Driver, I'm not going to say I was disappointed upon first watch, but it wasn't exactly what I was expecting in terms of Edgar Wright. Through, like, I guess the characters and story, because I just love the characters in Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead and all the past films. But overall, I had a good time, and the movie is meant to be a fun fucking time. It's a fun musical. It's not a musical in the sense of it's that. Like, everything's kind of like to a beat and rhythm.
Ooh, I like that.
You'll see.
I'm going to go see it this week. Mark my words. And if I don't see it this week, Ryan, you know what can happen? You get to pour boiling coffee in my face.
Okay.
I promise that, okay?
You gotta send me your thoughts on it.
I will. I'll send you my thoughts. I'll send you a single SMS text message, and I'll say, it good.
I hate that Dunkirk is coming out while, I'm gone, because you and I like to go see war movies together.
I like war movies.
We want to go see war dog. Whenever you and I, whenever there's a trailer for a war movie, it's always in the back of my head, like, that's something that Matt and I are going to go see the week of.
Gotta
type
go
of
see
thing.
A war movie, yeah.
It's just, they're, especially since it's Christopher Nolan. And one of your favorite movies is Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah.
So I mean, war movies are just interesting. I like that. I think the thing about war movies that I like a lot is that it kind of focuses not on the
war,
not the war, but the heroics, I guess.
Yeah.
Those big moments. I like war movies that kind of bring it down and show the horror and terror and kind of the realistic nature of the mindset of war.
Yeah, I think what I like about, or the war movies I specifically like, it's not the ones that are like, packed with action. It's more of like the character studies about people that are, in war and kind of watching like their characters change through war and stuff like that. That's why I like Full Metal Jacket so much.
And you haven't seen Jarhead, right?
I haven't seen Jarhead. I've seen scenes from Jarhead, but I haven't seen Jarhead itself.
I'd recommend it. I think you might like it. I haven't seen it in a while. So
War in Afghanistan?
I think it's Iraq. One of those Middle Eastern
thing,
wars,
same
whatever.
thing. Speaking of movies, a trailer recently came out.
Yes. Oh, the first trailer in a long time, but it's a teaser trailer.
Yeah, it's not like a full-blown trailer, but it's the trailer for The Disaster Artist, which is the movie by James Franco. It's by James Franco, right?
Yeah, he directed it and he's starring in it.
Yeah, about the creation of the cult classic, infamous bad movie, The Room.
And of course, A24 has their stamp on it. So
it could be good.
Yeah, I trust that studio. They do have some movies that aren't that good, but
they make good stuff. They
more than not, whenever I see an A24 movie, I like it. I saw an A24 movie recently that I actually really didn't like.
What movie?
The Ghost Story.
Ghost Story.
With Rooney Mara and what the fuck is it? Casey Affleck.
I saw the trailer for that.
Would you believe me if I told you there was a... I'm not saying this is something I liked or not liked. This is not a critique of the film, but this is something that I'm just telling Matt. Matt, would you believe me if I told you there's a 5-minute uncut sequence of Rooney Mara eating pie for 5 straight minutes?
Well, if you're bringing it up, it probably happened, so... Does she say anything?
No.
Why? Why is that in the movie?
Because
to
show her. Yeah, the movie was very conflicting with its artisticness and with, I guess, the writer or director really ham-fisting the themes, which doesn't blend well together.
Yeah.
I think when you're trying to... It was kind of like... Some of the movie felt, I'll let you develop your own ideas from what's going on here, I guess. Or I'm going to do things in a simple way. Like, he doesn't give us, like, a bunch of scenes with characters to introduce them. He gives us long takes of the characters to introduce them as people, as regular people, which is fine, blah, blah, blah. But then, in the middle of the movie, he has this one character just, in a 10-minute sequence, explain the direct themes of the film and explain what is trying to be told in the movie. And it's like, pick one. Like, do you not trust yourself to tell the story, or do you not trust the audience to get the themes that you were trying to express? And I think that was my major flaw with it. But I don't think that many people even saw it. So,
R.I.P. I saw Michael Cera's in some new movie coming up. It's one of those ones where I don't think anyone's gonna see it.
Is it the one with the bear, Brigsby Bear?
No. It's
you know which one I'm talking about, Brigsby Bear, right?
No,
that's one of the independent film. Never mind. Michael Cera. I know what you're talking about. He has goofy hair.
Yeah, he's in some new independent movie where he plays some reporter or something. And I watched the trailer, and from the trailer, I couldn't get a read on what the movie's actually about.
Yeah,
it just kind of looks like one of those a bunch of people movies. It's got a bunch of people in it.
A bunch of people movies.
Yeah, where it's like
This Is the End. Is that like in a bunch of people movie?
I mean, like, it doesn't look like it has one central plot. It looks like it's just a bunch of different people living life or something. One of those movies.
So like slice of life or
kind of
slice of group. I don't know, if there's character study and then there's like group study.
Yeah, I don't even remember what it was called though. I just watched the trailer last night. Speaking of last night, you know what I did?
Nothing.
Absolutely accurate.
But what did you actually do last night?
I got furious at my cat at 4 a.m.
Why was this?
So it's like, he'll be in my room and the door will be shut and he'll want to go out in the living room, play around, frolic, do what cats do in the middle of the night. So he'll start trying to open my door with his paws, which makes a very loud sound because it shakes the door on its hinges. And I'm like, stop. And it wakes me up. And I didn't get to sleep until a little later last night. Wasn't feeling too good. Go to sleep, wake up, and he's trying to open the door. So I get up, I turn on the lights, and I'm like, Banana, get out of there. Go, get. I'm real mad at him because he woke me up. I get back in bed, turn off the lights. 5 seconds later, doing the same thing again. This went on for 20 minutes. I kept getting up, yelling at him, throwing things across the room at him. I'm like, Banana, stop. And I'm throwing shit at him. Finally, I get boxes. I have some boxes in my room. I stack them against the door so he can't do that. And he just starts going up and scratching on the boxes or rolling around on top of the boxes, making noise. And I'm like, Banana, So I got a broomstick and I chased him around my room a little bit, and finally he stopped.
Wait,
and-
what? At 4 a.m. you're chasing your cat around with
I can't believe you
broomstick?
didn't hear me, dude. I was so loud.
I was fast asleep. Well, I got to bed. This must have happened like right when I got to bed. So I think I was probably
When did you go to bed?
I went to bed probably around like 3 something.
This was like I remember looking at my clock. It was 4:12 a.m. when this was going on.
I definitely got to bed around 3 something. So I was definitely in REM sleep while this was going on. So nothing was bothering me then.
Deep REM sleep. Yeah, like
REM, like my initials. Haha.
Ryan. Oh, I never realized.
Like the band
like
too.
like the band. I love REM.
I don't even. What's a song that I would know by then?
Would you believe they put a man on the moon? No, I think you probably know. It's the end of the world.
That's REM.
Yeah,
What?
that's REM.
I didn't know that.
They got a bunch of famous ones. And
I didn't know they
this
did the
line
soundtrack to
goes
Chicken
out-
Little.
Yeah, and then this one goes out to the one I love.
Yes.
They did that one.
Okay, so it's I shouldn't be embarrassed to share initials with them. I should
No.
be like, holy shit, how can I ever live up to
I love REM.
their iconicness?
What else does REM have?
What does REM stand for?
Remote Encyclopedia Management.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does. It does.
I'm not looking it up, but that's not what it stands for.
Yes, it does. Look it up.
No.
Ryan.
Stands
Yes.
for Ryan Elias McGee.
Elias. You have ass in your name.
That's the way people want to pronounce it.
What is
Elias.
it? Elias? Like how do you
I
how do the Arabic people say it?
I don't know. Like
Elias.
how I hear it is just Elias.
More like smelly ass.
Kind of sounds like there's a Y in there, but I like Elias is fine. Elias just
I always
sounds
thought it was Elias.
goofy. I like Elias more.
I always thought it was Eli Rye McGee, not Ellery McGee.
Ellery Eli Rye McGee.
See, when people look at our usernames, I think they look at mine and they say Math Watson or Matthew Watson because it's 2 T's and then an H and then Watson. Because my middle name starts with H, so it's Matt H. Watson, but people see Math Watson. That's why I wish my handle wasn't that. And then yours, people look at it and they're probably like, Ellery McGee?
With my username, like I get the feeling that it comes off as kind of like a girl's username because the brain kind of squishes the Eli. I don't know. It looks like Emily McGee. Like
I could
at
see
first
that.
glance, I could picture people seeing that.
You should change your Twitter handle to put, just put the little male sex symbol emoji by your name.
Well, if I married my first girlfriend, Emily McGee would have been her name.
Segue, Ryan. Let's get on this segue with me.
Okay.
Well, it's not. It's
oh, this
kind
is a smaller segue than usual,
I
man.
know,
I'm
I
not sure
know.
I can fit on it.
I really want to get on like an actual sleep schedule. My life has been without a sleep schedule for like 2.5 years now.
I can live without a sleeping schedule. For me, it's more of like a dietary discipline schedule thing, I guess.
For feeling good?
For feeling good, yeah. Because like sometimes I eat when I don't need to, and then I don't eat when I don't need to.
I think for me it's a mix of both, but I really
Or
need
I don't
to get,
eat when I need to. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like I feel like I would just be I'd feel so much better if I got on a real sleeping schedule because it's like it's getting to the point now where I've been off a sleep schedule so long and I just kind of sleep whenever. Like I'll take naps or I'll go to bed like 6 hours apart from one night or the other, and then I never wake up when I'm supposed to. I wake up at the wrong time, and it's like if I got on a nice nocturnal pattern, maybe my body would not feel so damn tired all the time. And if
Yeah.
I changed my diet.
I just can't. I don't think I'll be able to like develop a good sleep pattern just because I love the nighttime too
Yeah.
much, and I try to. I literally squeeze all I can out of it. Where I go to bed. I try to get to bed, of course, before the sun comes up. And sometimes I'm just tired and I do that. But I love nighttime.
I love it too. It's like, but what I really love is morning time. I love the morning, like early morning. I never get to experience it, so maybe I could start trading out some nighttime for some morning time.
It feels good early in the morning, like when you wake. Like remember, I used to wake up probably around like 8.
Yeah, I used to wake up
something.
way before me.
And I would have hours before we'd even head out, and I just like it would be a whole section of a day, and I'd be like, "Holy shit, this
need
is
to
something
do
that I'd
that.
usually sleep through."
Because also, I think one of the reasons, like, it's so hard for me to gain weight because I sleep through when I would normally eat breakfast, and if I skip breakfast, I'm not hungry for the rest of the day. I don't know why. I'm not hungry for lunch, and I'm not that hungry for dinner, and then I get really hungry at like 2 a.m. So it like throws everything off. And if I'm skipping breakfast, then I'm not getting that energy I need to record these funny podcasts. I had breakfast a little bit ago. I had a banana and I put some peanut butter on it because I thought I would try something new, and it was actually delicious.
I think banana. Ugh, ugh. Wrong pet. I think Lego would actually like that because apparently on his thing it says he likes bananas. Like when I adopted him, they said he really likes bananas. So if I don't know,
that's why
bananas and peanut butter?
likes my cat so much.
I need to get him a Kong. I need to get him more toys. He always a Kong.
What's a Kong?
The little like poop shaped things that you stuff treats into.
Oh yeah, those.
But essentially, he just destroys all the toys I get him. So instead of getting him regular dog toys, I'm gonna need to get him like rope and shit.
Yeah,
stuff that he can't really get the stuffing out of and all that.
I'm trying to figure out like what I can do to make Banana. So he's gotten into this habit where like he starts meowing a lot because he wants to get out of my room in the middle of the night, and I don't let him out because I know that he goes and messes with your door or like he'll knock stuff over and be loud. So I try to keep him in my room, but he'll want to go out, so he'll do this thing where he just tries to get my attention. He'll go like rapid fire meows.
Oh, I know, like one after the other. Like when you're gone and I come home, and he's like hungry or no, he just wants attention. He's like,
yeah, and it's like, please, Banana,
like
take a deep breath.
Like, how do you fucking do that, bro?
And he does it in a really annoying tone. He's like,
yeah,
it's like, Banana, I'll give you some love. Just shut up. And I pick him up and I throw him against a wall. I'm just kidding. I love my cat so much. I would never do such a thing.
Oh, by the way, I came up with a revelation of why I did. I don't know. I finally put it into words or thought of why I dislike the Paul brothers, because they're a big thing. A lot of people dislike
They're pretty
them.
big right now, yeah.
But I watch stuff with them, and I watch music videos.
You're always watching that stuff in your room. I hear you watching the Paul brothers and just laughing up.
Oh yeah, laughing up a storm. That's me. I love the Paul brothers. But so I watched one of their music videos, and I kind of watched an interview with them, and I looked through a bit of a movie that Jake starred in. I wanted to get a feel for who these people are, I guess, because it was late at night and I was curious, and so I came to the conclusion that the reason that I dislike them so much is because they are proof that those assholes that give everyone, like the teachers or the student body, such a hard time in high school, it's proof that they just make it out and they can continue being the kind of just shithead that they are.
Mr. Hotshot.
Yeah, and they're always going to be like that. And they never...
And now they have millions of dollars, both.
Yeah.
Too.
And it's like they don't have that self-corrective point in their life where
they need to grow up and be a normal person that's not a complete asshole to everyone.
But it's just all about I guess bragging, and it's
all about them.
One music video kind of it's called Rise of the Pauls or whatever. It is one of the worst things I've ever seen. Yeah, and
oh god, they made a video about their own rise.
Yeah,
but they're like Jacob Sartorius. No one's gonna remember them in 3 years.
They're still making a shit ton of money, and that's the thing, that they don't see that and they don't care. They just want to be making money. They just want to be doing whatever they're doing. And here's the thing, I don't have a problem with them making the content they make. Blah blah blah. I shouldn't have a problem with them because they're technically not doing anything wrong, I guess, morally, besides, I don't know, being jackasses. Yeah. Of course, Jake or whatever takes down videos.
When people make fun of him or parody him or anything.
Yeah. But overall, I guess I'm confused by the millions of people that watch their content.
And actually get real enjoyment out of it?
Because it makes me feel like maybe I'm the one that's just not getting it.
No,
you know what I mean? Because a majority of people watch that shit, and millions of people watch that shit, and it's not just people making fun of it. Sure, a lot of views come from the people that make fun of it, and they channel traffic over to them. But if that's entertainment, that's what most people want, and that's the general consensus. Are we in the wrong when it comes to what's what is, I guess, funny? No.
What's good and what's
good? Because then it's just personal preference, right?
Yeah, that's all it comes down to is personal preference.
It's just so crazy because I kind of want to show you this video.
The Rise of the Pauls?
The Rise of the Pauls, mainly because you can tell that they're not good at lip syncing. I gotta show you, dude.
All right, let me see this.
Pull this up. You gotta see what I'm talking about.
Let me see this thing.
Jake Paul has that thing when he lip syncs where he has his mouth kind of ready to say the word or like he doesn't, and then when the word happens, he like overcompensates. Things like that.
Yeah. Oh, he is so bad at lip syncing.
Just wait. But like they think they're cool. They think they're the fucking coolest.
Wait,
people.
what is that? Have you see the Geek Squad thing in the background? Why is that there? They had Best Buy? Oh, who's this lady?
Just a random hot lady.
Is that iJustine? God, if I walked in on my my kid watching Jake or Logan Paul, I'd probably grab them by their shirt collar and slap them until they passed out. I guess at the end of the day, all I can say is Jake and Logan Paul are assholes and the world is not fair. But that's the thing, they're a flash in the pan. They're gonna be gone after a while.
You think?
They're not gonna be popular.
We're more of a flash of a pan than them. Look at our channel size compared to theirs. I know, like, don't compare
No,
size.
I don't think channel size has anything to do with that. I'm talking about just like people that genuinely, like care about them. They're famous. They're big because they're in your face. They're assholes. They brag. And they're fit. It's like they're just like Jacob Sartorius. They're popular for a year and then they're gone.
Yeah.
It's like, of course, there will always be a fan base behind them, even after they've like fallen. But they're a blip on the radar in the grand scheme of things.
Here's the weird thing too, because you and I, of course, are YouTubers. We're a much smaller channel. But what are your thoughts on just kind of like, I guess, talking like we are right now about other YouTubers?
Well,
like, do you feel like it's?
I don't like bashing other YouTubers and stuff. Because I guess everyone's got a different style on this. But like, I think it's different when it's people like Jake and Logan Paul who are openly in your face, bragging and being assholes. They kind of open themselves up to it.
Yeah. But honestly, maybe that's what they're capitalizing on, too.
I think, of course, that's what they're capitalizing on. They know that that's what gets people watching. They know that that's what is going to get people... Because I think they're one of those people that ride on the hate because so many people hate them.
Yeah.
That it's like, well, you hate me, which means you're going to talk about me, which is going to get me more views, which gets me more money. So I'm going to keep doing things to get you riled up. I mean, and it works because
it's a good marketing. It's a great marketing tactic. What they're doing is wonderful. Whoa,
let me quote you on that.
No.
What they're doing
no. Like, the way they're doing it is honestly very, I'm not going to say smart, but it works.
Yeah.
It works
as
tremendously.
As you can see by the view counter right there. 31 million views. Well, this came out last month.
They came from Vine. They made horrible Vines before this. And now they pay people a lot of money to make these videos, make these music videos for them. There's that kind of thing in me as a creator that is like, I'm not talking about why isn't my content being recognized, but there's a bunch of content that I see on YouTube every day that doesn't get a fraction of the views, that more talent and love and just everything is poured into it. Passion is poured into it. Then this shit is not, they don't have a passion for rapping. They have a passion for making money. And that's then being a business, and you can't fault them at that. But at the same time, I would love to see other creators that are more passionate and more talented
get the recognition.
So,
like, but the thing that sucks is like that's never gonna change.
No,
it's always gonna be like that in all industries. Hollywood, YouTube, music.
Yeah,
that's how it always is. That's how it has been for a long time. And I guess it's not fair. Of course, it's not fair, and you get upset when you see that. So I guess all I can do with the platform that I have is encourage people listening to support smaller channels and smaller people that you can see pour passion into their work.
Like when you, like, I don't know, read, it makes me want to share videos that I see on Facebook.
Yeah.
Like, I was always like, I don't want to share this because, people will comment, yes, daddy likes on it and all that bullshit. But I think at least, here's the thing. Yeah, shitty people will comment cancerously on stuff that you don't want. But do you think the eyes that it does hit of you sharing it, that kind of...
I think that's more important.
That's more important. Even though... And then I always have to backtrack. It's not like, when you and I share something, it's going to become big or whatever. But it's just content that I wish people would watch more.
Well, I don't share that much stuff like serious music and stuff on Twitter. And when I do, it's because it's something I really like and I want more people to see it.
Yeah.
It's got like, I listen to a lot of music and stuff, but there's certain things I just want, like I say, hey, I would like this and I want more people to like this and more people to see this. So, but that's why, you should always go out and support smaller channels, small people that have Patreons that put a lot of work into it. If you just got an extra little amount a month, you can donate to people like that. I think that makes a big difference to people that pour their hearts and souls into creating things. But Ryan, are you ready to close the book on Logan and Jake Paul and never mention them again?
Yes.
Let's both put a hand on this book and just slam it shut.
It's shut now.
That is the book of the Pauls. Let's throw that one in the incinerator.
They're gonna continue doing what they're doing.
We're gonna continue doing what we do.
Yeah.
We're gonna enjoy it. Anyway, let me move on to what everyone loves: video games.
Video games.
Splatoon 2 is about to drop.
Fuck.
What?
You just made me realize.
What did I realize?
I'm not gonna be able to play Splatoon 2
You're gonna be in South Carolina
for
when
a
it
whole
gets here.
fucking week.
Damn, that sucks. I'm sorry.
You're gonna be tired of it. You're not gonna play anymore by the time you get it. Yeah, it's true.
Splatoon is fucking fun. I'm not gonna get tired of Splatoon.
I'm mainly excited for Splatoon 2 just for the salmon, whatever it is called. What is that?
I played that at E3.
The salmon wave.
Salmon. What's it called? The mode where it's like the boss rush. It's very fun.
You know, me and my co-op wave-based modes.
It was
my favorite.
I played at E3 with 2 random guys, and then some Nintendo rep. We were all on a team together. It was very fun. I am so excited for Splatoon 2. I can't even tell you when. Like it comes out. Ooh,
21st.
It's so soon. So soon,
Isn't
baby.
it the 21st?
Yeah, 21st.
The day after I leave.
Oh fuck! I'm gonna be busy that night and everything.
Why?
I might have to cancel all my plans.
Oh yeah.
I might just have to be like, sorry, can't do this. I might go to Comic-Con this weekend. I think I am gonna go to Comic-Con Saturday in San Diego. So if you're gonna be there, keep an eye out. And if you see me, come up and say hey. And don't cough on me because I got sick when I went to E3, and I'd like to not get sick from going to Comic-Con. Maybe I'll just wear a mask.
Stick your fingers in his mouth.
Please, if you see me at Comic-Con San Diego, do not stick your fingers in my mouth.
Do it and say Ryan sent me.
No, but in all seriousness, if you do that, I will actually be very mad at you.
He will probably get security.
I will be
something.
really. I'm not gonna get security, but if you stick your fingers in my mouth and I don't know you, I'm gonna be very mad. So please don't do that. Just that's it. That's a fair warning.
It's a once in a lifetime chance, ladies and gentlemen.
I might have pepper spray on me.
Just
I will
think
pepper
about
spray
it.
You.
Just think about it. You know, you'll have Matt mad at you, but he won't remember you.
Stick your fingers in my mouth. I'll bite. That's what. That's fair.
Okay,
fair.
that is fair. Fair.
You're invading
fair.
my personal space, so I can bite down. You know.
Sorry, I'm constantly getting angry because Logan and
Yeah, take them off the screen.
are up on the screen.
Rip them off the screen. No, don't click a rice gum video.
Click a rice gum bit. Fuck. Okay.
Okay, now it's just back to the nice Japanese wallpaper. Okay, that's very nice.
Okay, back here.
You know, I will take a moment. I can talk about something. I've been reading a book lately, which is a rare occurrence for me because I don't read that often.
Because you're stupid.
Yes, that's not untrue. I really see, like, I never read because I never have there's no books I'm ever interested in. And I like reading when I have a good book, but I just never have a good book. But a couple friends recommended a book called Norwegian Wood to me, and I've been reading that. I'm like 20 pages away from the end, and I recommend it. It's very sad, it's very bizarre, but it's really good.
Do you like blowjobs?
I like blowjobs.
Do you like receiving blowjobs?
I like receiving blowjobs.
That's the dialogue, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I see that video. Yeah, there's blowjobs in that book. But that's not why I like it. It's actually a good book. So I want to get back into reading. I want to read books. It feels good just like burning through a book. You know what I'm saying?
It does. It just, I think what's burnt me out is the past 3 times I've tried to start a book, I've lost interest in it. And then I'm like, and I'll be like halfway through the book, but I'm like,
yeah,
I don't care. I don't know.
This is about to be the first book I've finished in a while. Because, you know, and I know that I've heard that when people get like Kindles or Nooks, like the e-reader stuff, that they just start reading a lot more. But I really like physical books. I like the feeling of holding a book, and I like the feeling of like, I don't know, getting through. You feel the progression as you get through, and then when you're done, you shut it and you hold it, and you're like, all right, I just finished this whole thing, and you can stick it on the shelf with your other books. So guys, if you have any books that you think I might like, or maybe Ryan would like, why don't you recommend them in the comments, and maybe I'll look some of them up and check them out. Man. The next book I'm gonna read is 1Q84.
Is that the next one in the whatever?
It's not a series, but it's by the same author, and it's like 900 something pages. So I'm gonna try to tackle that.
Have you ever tried Cormac McCarthy?
He made The Road, right?
He did The Road. He did No Country for Old Men.
I didn't know that was a book.
He did a bunch of stuff. Yeah.
The movie's based on a book?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
The book's really good.
I remember when I found out that Forrest Gump was based on a book. I was so shocked.
If I don't know, do you like the feeling of No Country for Old Men as a movie?
I haven't seen it.
The intense. Oh my god. I suggest, even though like a lot of people already really like him, Cormac McCarthy's a great author.
Oh, I definitely want to read The Road, because if it's your favorite book, I'd probably like it too. So it's got to be good. So
Love that book.
Do you have a copy of it?
Yes.
Maybe I'll have to borrow it. Maybe we can trade books. Maybe you can try Norwegian Wood, and I'll try The Road.
I think the last book I read was The Martian. It was The Martian. It was either The Martian or some short story book that had an owl on the cover.
Mr. Tom's Owls.
Let me see if I can find that book. What was it? I'm gonna look up on Amazon short story novel or something.
Is that what you searched to find the book in the first place? Norwegian Wood's about this like 20-year-old guy living in Tokyo in 1969, and he meets a really interesting girl, and then he meets another interesting girl, and one of the girls is like has some mental problems, and that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say about that. It's very good though, touching my emotions.
You know what else touches your emotions?
What?
Women.
Last time a woman touched my emotions was when my ex-wife left me.
She got a like breast implants.
Yes, I know.
She's been posting.
I know.
But she doesn't post them on like Instagram.
Yeah,
she like
I know.
direct message them to people and shit.
Yes, I know she does that. I'm fully aware. She did that when I was married to her too.
You saw the guy she was with.
Yes, I have seen the guy she's with now.
Something that I wanted to bring up that I'm kind of down about.
What?
This will mark like the second or third year in a row where I will have not gone.
Thanksgiving?
No, this will be the second year in a row, I think, where I have not gone to the fair.
The Columbia Fair, like in South Carolina? I went.
Last time I went was 2015.
Oh, wow. I think I went last year, didn't I? I happened to be going back to Columbia when it was there.
I like the fair.
I like it.
Going, especially with like a significant other.
It's
but
so
guess
nice,
what?
yeah.
There's none of those around, are there? Where are the significant others?
Where are they? I'm lonely. God damn it! God, I love the fair. Well, what I like about the Columbia Fair is it's just small. It's not like a big, it's big, but it's not like a massive fair where it's like, it's just like kind of a small town fair. And it's nice. You know, I was in Maryland once, and the whole town, I was near Antietam, and the whole town was at a demolition derby, which was next to the fair. I went to the demolition derby to see a little bit of it. I've never been to a demolition derby where guys crash cars into each other.
Super loud? I heard it's super loud.
It was really weird. It was a lot of like redneck type people. In fact, from South Carolina, I've never seen a more redneck place than Maryland, which is up north.
I've gone to like a monster truck thing once when I was younger. I just remember not liking it.
Well, I
remember it just being boring to me.
This wasn't like that. This was literally a dirt pin with guys in old beat up cars smashing them into each other.
That seems like fun.
It was fun. It was interesting. And then the fair was open, and everyone in town was at the demolition derby. So there were probably like 4 other people at the fair. My friend and I went. There was not a line for anything, and the guy would let us ride the rides for like 20 minutes straight. It was
lucky
the coolest
son
shit.
of a bitch.
And then
do you have a favorite ride at the South Carolina State Fair? Because it's a traveling fair.
I do. I like it. Comes to Charleston too, so I like the one. It's like the hang glider where you lay down and then it it's on the arms and it goes around in circles.
That one's I like that.
I did that in Japan too when I was in Yokohama. Very fun.
Sorry, I was just gonna say mine.
No, go ahead and say
whatever.
Say it. What's your favorite?
Mine's either going to. It's gonna be boring, but I'm thinking of the ride that I could connect the most like good memories with, and the ride that I actually just enjoy. It's not even a ride. It's the thing that just carries you across the fair.
Oh, the Skyline.
Yeah,
I love that.
The Skyline's just great.
It's so much fun.
Except for the assholes that always like to spit from them. Have you ever encountered them?
Yeah, and it's like, hey, I can just follow the Skyline back to where you get off.
Yeah, like how stupid are you? Like I'll just. Okay, fine.
You think you're real big up there in the sky, but guess what? You're coming back down to earth like the rest of us. Well, my thing about the Skyline was it opened my eyes to the basketball booth. It's an oval.
Yeah.
When you go over it, you see it's an oval. Like the hoop is an oval.
Yep.
And it's like I could see that from up here. Why would they put that right by the Skyline where people can see the shape of the hoop is an oval?
I mean, those games are not for like if you're a 100% intelligent person. And you go and you always listen to that intelligent part of your brain, you're never going to play those games, right? You're just never going to.
I think they're fun. I get that I'm not gonna.
They're
like,
fun,
win
but I'm
anything,
talking
though.
about someone who knows what they're for,
Like a scholar?
knows what they are, and is gonna take that consideration into spending their money.
Well, honestly,
They're probably not going to do that.
Honestly, I would have played it until I saw that it was like an oval hoop, because before it just seemed like fun and games, but then when I saw it was actually a scam, that like kind of opened my eyes to the rest of the fair things, where I'm like, oh, most of these are probably scams.
The only one that I legitimately won was the guess the speed of your pitch.
You guessed the speed of your pitch?
Yeah.
Why are you doing this? Why aren't you playing baseball?
'Cause I threw my arm out, and now when I throw too hard or for too long, my like joint and my like elbow hurts.
Oh shit. I actually won a goldfish at the fair once, but I gave it to my friend and he kept it for like a year or two, and he got a really big tank for it.
You should have dropped it on someone from the skyline.
That would have been good, yeah. Just a live little goldfish. I should have dropped the whole bag so it popped on someone's head. But he went on vacation and he came home once, and the goldfish was like 3 feet away from the tank on the floor.
It was 3 feet tall?
Sitting in his bed smoking a cigarette. No, it was out. When he got home, it had jumped out of the tank like 3 feet away from it.
And it's dead.
Yeah, it was dead. It was just on the ground. Because
It wanted to
apparently they
escape.
do that. They do that when they don't have enough oxygen in the water. They'll just jump out.
Well, that's why you always get covers for your aquariums.
Well, my friend, you know who you are. I haven't talked to you in a couple years, but if you are listening, you messed up. Okay,
You fucked up big time, boy.
your goldfish's death is the blood is on your hands.
It's all your fault. It's all your fault.
I miss that little thing. He was cool.
Your friend?
No, the goldfish. I miss the goldfish more than my friend.
I think you're talking about your friend. I missed that little thing.
I can't believe that goldfish survived that whole like 13-hour drive from Maryland, just sitting in a bag like on the floorboards of the car.
I had a good time
tough.
though.
Yeah, I'm sure he had a great time.
I like fish in bags.
Oh yeah, I wish like.
It's like a water balloon with a little fish in it.
Yeah,
I like the feeling of water balloons in general.
And then when you got a little creature swimming around, I would love to get an aquarium, like some fish, but that's just something else that adds another layer of responsibility in my life that I just don't want or need right now.
Yeah,
It's like I want to get a little aquarium, but then that means I have to take care of the fish, I have to feed them.
There's aquarium maintenance.
Yeah, I gotta change the water out and make sure.
Filter.
Yeah, all that. And I have a cat, which I'm sure would love to either get into the aquarium or eat those fish any chance, or knock the whole aquarium onto the ground. So that's something I would not like to see happen.
What if like Banana choked on the fish?
And then they both died, and I was down a cat
and Banana died. You take him to the vet. The vet does an autopsy on your little cat. He sees the goldfish, but for some reason in that pocket of the throat, a bunch of water was there. So the goldfish is still alive. And he goes, out of this tragedy came something beautiful. Would you keep that goldfish and call it Banana?
Well, it already had a name. I already had the goldfish. It's not like brand new.
It is now.
It's been reborn
Yeah.
through the throat of my dead cat.
Like a born-again virgin, however the fuck that works. I remember going
reseal
to
the hymen.
the abstinence show or the abstinence concert, whatever you called it in church.
Oh
it was
yeah,
like
you
this,
went to an abstinence concert.
It was like
They
a
got
big
purity
fucking
rings, right?
thing. You could buy them for like 50 or $60.
We should go to one of those, like as grown men.
I love the fact that you can be a born again virgin.
Ryan, we should do like a public, like, we should do a meetup, but instead of like a regular fan meetup where we just like meet with people, we should just put on like a pop-up concert for an abstinence concert, like a purity concert, and throw purity rings out, and then that's it. Would you be
What
down?
message would that show?
Yeah, that actually would not send the best message to two grown men who have an audience of never mind. We're not gonna do that, guys. Sorry to burst your bubbles.
But girls of the world ain't nothing but trouble.
And that is the end of this podcast, guys. Thank you so much for listening. See you next week, episode 53. Peace. That was a bad ending. Can you do a better one?
Yeah. Okay, I got one. Jack be nimble. Jack be quick.
Okay.
Matt.
Why'd you throw it to me? I thought you had something.
I'm sorry. Okay.